This is Cuberized and welcome to All the Mods 11. I found this meteor at a previous episode, so I did confirm that I can actually mine down here. I put up the sand and I started mining, and I'm gonna finish on camera here. So good news is it takes an iron pickaxe or better to actually get to the skystone blocks. It just takes a while to mine them because it's skystone. So I'm hoping to actually get to the center here and okay, that was unexpected. Is that just regular? Okay, there it is. And I have the mysterious cube. Yay! So we've got the four inscribers and or the I guess technically they're inscriber presses, and then the guide. And then under this I get various budding or Certus quartz. And you can kind of figure out where the center is by marking yeah by marking. Are these all flawless? They are. Is that normal? Okay, well, I've never seen all flawless before. And I do believe, unfortunately, that I'm gonna need, I don't know that I can get these. I think these break if I try. I'm gonna try it for your benefit. Here we go. I'm gonna try to break one of these with a stone pickaxe that does not have silk touch on it. And they do come up. Wow. But it does make it flawed. Okay, got it. So you take a hit for not getting it with a silk touch, but considering I don't have any, I'll count that as good, and I'm going to use gravel to get out of here. Or I'll just, let's see, what do I have? Yeah, let's just use cobble. So when trying to find the center, if you look and you can see this edge here, and then it starts coming inwards. So you want to go to the middle of this one, which is where I put this block of sand, and then you want to go to the middle of this, which is this block of sand. So the one that's in between is the center. Now obviously if this is bigger, then you have to, the process still works whether it's larger or smaller. And it's nighttime, so I'm going to just sleep through the night. All right. And if I want to, I can pick up my sand. So I came out here. This is where I'm at. This is the upper village that's up here up the hill, and this is the lower village that's down in the river. So I kind of walked down here and traveled around here a little bit looking for sand, which there is actually sand in here, and clay. So I have sand and clay, and I'm going to head back to my base, which is that direction, up the hill and down the hill. I've also picked up some fruit from these trees that I didn't have, so I will meet you back at the base, but I did want to share with you this since I was here. All right, back at the base, and I have not harvested yet, but they are now mature. At least two, 3 out of the 4 are at least. This one's almost there, so I'm going to go ahead and harvest my Inferium, and let's see how much we got. We got exactly 3. Okay, exactly 3. But I did get, look, Inferium seeds. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can. Don't know if this works. Yes, it does. Great. So I can apply Inferium directly to farmland, and then I can plant my seeds. So there is a chance of getting seeds. And I will go plant these. Not sure what I'm going to do with these yet, but I have them. I'm out here as I can, picking them up and bringing them back. I also have there's poppies everywhere naturally and these things, so I keep them planted, and I have trees now, and I have plenty of cane. So today, when I was going around, I picked up, I was able to craft a couple of these bee cages, and I picked up a couple of bees, and with that, wherever they are, yes, here they are. So I have bees, and I have some more of that essence. I picked up a lot of the red sand from, so point of reference here, so looking at this large mountain range. So up and over it is this village, and this is where the Yellowstone area is. So I've dug out a lot of the red sand that was around in here. Picked up a little bit of terracotta, but definitely have stripped this spot of red sand, and then I picked up some regular sand and clay down in this piece of the river. Not very much, and I didn't go past this. I have not yet looted this village. I have not gone over here, and yeah, so there are plenty of things still to do. This village has been looted, and there are 3 natural beehives here, and within, a few blocks of the edge of the village. I think it's like here, here, and here. So it's very close by. I've set up campfires for those, and that got me, and I'm getting rained on, that got me a couple of bottles of honey, which allowed me to make these. So with a bottle of honey and some wood, you can make bee cages, and bee cages will allow you to pick up bees. Obviously, if you have a honey block, you can get more, but I was going with what I had. So, and campfires are easy to make as well. Sticks, some kind of burnable coal or charcoal, and some logs. So making the campfire, you put the campfire underneath the beehive, and it makes the bees not, essentially smokes the bees like you would a normal hive in real life, making the bees docile while you're harvesting whatever's in the hive, or the bee's nest, I guess it's called. So that's how you get bottles of honey. You take a bottle. Bottles are made with just 3 pieces of glass, and yeah, you have that. So I have kind of not done a lot here other than put down more storage, and storage is always going to be a thing. I've cleared these out, and they're already filling up again because the chunk is loaded, but I have many stacks of iron here, and that's got to be my wandering trader. Many stacks here to be doing. Is it still daytime? Okay, it's rainy, but it's daytime. Let's go see what the guy has. Okay. Well, Totem of Undying, right there. That's worth it. An iron pick of efficiency. Anything else? Give you water bottles and you give me emeralds? Okay, we can do that. And I have bottles, and I have a water supply. So it seems as though he has 2 trades that he will give you emeralds if you give him something, This will take a minute where I can find those bottles, although I can make new ones, but I should have them here somewhere. And I do have a mess. Everything is kind of jumbled up everywhere. So one thing to look for is making... there they are. And somebody has spawned and giving my guy a hard time. Oh, there he is. Where's the... there you are. We have a llama off lead. Whoops, sorry llama. I'm trying to protect you guys. Oh, we've got a lot of zombies. Okay. Let's, where are they at? Okay, here we go. You spit, I will... sure there's more out here. I think that was leather from the llama. Sorry, llama. I was trying to protect you. Oh, got more essence. Oh. And this guy has a... don't spit on me, spit on him. I didn't mean to get the llamas killed, but... are we done? Alright, I'm gonna go get an emerald or two. Oh, no, I don't want the emeralds. I actually want... oh, great. Yeah, I know you're here somewhere, but you're not holding your lead, so I don't know where you are, and you probably won't materialize until after all the bad guys are gone. Okay, well, I'm gonna go in and sleep to expedite that. Alright. And you move around. Oh, there you are. See? So, oh, I have bottles, not water. Okay, you can come in. You want to come in, dude? Yes, that's right. Emeralds for water bottles. Yeah, you can only give them 2, but, and I don't have a cow nearby to get buckets of milk, but Tome of Undying would be nice. Even more so than the pickaxe. And I still have my hat on, I think. I do. And if I was an emerald, there's some. Do I have more? Oh, welcome in, dude. I'm going to lock you in here for a minute. I may not have any more. That might be it. Yeah, I don't have enough. Sorry. You wouldn't want, like, iron or wheat. I can trade you that. Okay. Well, next time. And you can go now. Yeah. Let's all step outside. So this is going well. I'm hoping to get keep expanding this and then automate it so that I don't have to be doing this manually. Because, and this is, I did this so I could get some paper for silent gear to make blueprints. There we go. And I went, the reason I was out and about, I went down to the village to pick up the items I'd stored in a chest in the middle of the village. So I have all that back, and I'm back here, and I don't have any room. So I'm going to pause for a second and just toss things into containers. I'll be right back. I didn't expect to be attacked, but I seem to be getting attacked by a very speedy guy here with a backpack and a gold helmet and some boots, and I don't know what else, but he's very fast. And I don't have a sword with me because I set it down. So I'm breaking my hoe here, trying to get this guy to go away. There we go. Let me grab my sword. Let's see if we can do this. The other thing would be is if I could just get a block of something soft. Yeah, maybe like that. Maybe a couple blocks. Let me eat something before I go out. Okay. So let me go to the roof here. My very uneven. He's not there anymore. Where'd he go? I was just trying to put the last of the flowers out. Oh, there he is. Come here. Come here, guy. What I'm trying to do is make an opening where he can just stand and I can just attack his feet. And I've lost him again. Where'd he go? He's this way. There he is. Hello. Come this way. There you go. Perfect. Just stay right there. I don't think he stayed. I'm right here. Come on. Oh, there you are. Hi. Can I hit you in the head? Yes, I can. He's got a lot of health, too. I want your backpack. It's blue. I also want your helmet and your boots, but that's beside the point. And if you drop some essence and... I got the backpack! Yes! Okay, let me get rid of this. Okay. Let me go back inside. What I was trying to do is get all these flowers put out here so that they're not in my inventory. Oop, not. And yes, you can plant these berries directly in the ground. These though will good thing, bad thing if you want the functionality. If you bump into the bush, you'll actually take damage because it's like a thorny bush. So if you want to use it as kind of a critter barrier, you can use that and just plant them, and then you can go harvest. The downside is that if you bump into them, you take damage. So I am going to put them here in the corners, hopefully not going to bump into them that way. And I don't know what happened to that. That's tuft. Okay, well, I will replant that. So, yeah, just trying to get rid of some of the things. Let's see here how big of a backpack this is, because this could be where I put my tools. And it's got stuff in it. It's a copper backpack. I like the fact it's got stuff in it. All right, so now I have a place to put food and tools and things like this stuff. And this is if I need to clean my inventory. I generally use that to just toss things in. So that, yes, I've got my tools. I'm going to plant the trees here quickly. So the fruit that I've gathered here, I've eaten some of it. I haven't eaten all of it though. I created plants, trees, and you need one sapling of, I've been using spruce. You can use oak. I don't know if you can use, yes you can. You just need 2 fruit and a sapling. So if I do it the other way around, any one of these saplings will work. So, and just the 2 fruit. There is also a guide to, hello trader, are you a different trader? No, you're the same one. A guide to Croptopia that we'll go ahead and make. I think I'm going to leave the fruit trees here. Got apple, peach, right there. Orange is nice. And then star fruit, which kind of looks, it's got a yellow star fruit. And then walnut, which I will put, let's actually cut this down. Or punch it down, either way. There we go. So I'll put that here. There we go. Those fun things. All right, so the plan for today, since I have harvested, let's see if this last one's ready to harvest. Not yet. These are slow. So to get more into this, first of all, since I do have a lovely abundance of iron now, this is working really, really well. You can create more of these too. So if you want to have an absolute ton of this stuff, you can do it. But I'm going to use this so I can make some hoppers, which are easy to do. We also have, in fact, other ways to get stuff out of there. We have pipes is in the mod. I thought it helps if I don't do it that way. Also helps if that bar stays where it's supposed to be. Yes, we have pipes. So this is classic pipes and pipes. These pipes are pretty straightforward. There's items, fluids, and energy. And then there's a universal one which can be made by doing this. The unfortunate thing is I don't have redstone yet. I'm hoping to get some because I'm going to go all the way down to bedrock, but I don't have the redstone. These other ones also take redstone, so that's not ideal either. These just standard pipes just take wood and glass, which is easy to make. And then depending on, they have the different woods, which I think is all the way up through here? No. Up through there. So you have crimson and warped, which is, I believe, from the nether, and then everything up through bamboo. So you've got 8 or so wood types, plus the 2 special ones, and then you start getting into other things. So the copper pipes, this will extract. This also extracts. This takes full stacks. And this one can be filtered, so as you go up, these are more complicated. So just extracting from containers is copper and glass, which is nice and easy. Iron pipe sends things in a particular direction. So yeah, it's good to route items around, which you can do. Uh, this is good for prioritizing what goes in where. And so, say for example, if I was having uh, pulling out from the two things, so I have like wheat and seeds coming out of one, and iron and the poppies coming out of the other, the red flowers. So if I wanted to direct the iron into one chest and the other three items, which are plant related, into another chest, I can do that using combinations of these pipes, depending on what it is I want to do. So pulling out, you can extract items using this, and then you can shove them a particular direction, and then prioritize what goes in where. This just makes things faster. So if you have a larger setup and you want to move things along a little bit faster, you put down some gold pipes, that works. And this is a way to sort items. And then of course then there's extra ones that do extra things. So we won't go into that. But this is for items. This is for fluids. And then you've got, again, ways you can move things around that way. And then you've got other types of things to do here to control overflow and that type of thing. These are very simple, but there's limitations to them. Um, with pipes, you can get pipe upgrades, which allows things to go faster and move more, which is handy, but I need redstone. The other option is, let me think. Think, does Ender IO have? Yeah, they have energy conduits here as well. So there's going to be multiple ways to move things around. Right now I have an abundance of iron, and I don't need to worry too much about moving things around or sorting things, because it's just whatever's in here is going to come straight down. So I am going to opt to make, those are trapped, these are regular hoppers, which is a chest surrounded, kind of, not quite, in a hopper shape. So I'm going to get hopper 1, and I'm going to make one more, hopper 2. And I can do this. There. So everything's going to end up down in here. So this will pull, actually will this? I'm not sure I need, I don't know if the, let me double check here. Let's see. You don't have any, yeah, we don't have anything made yet. So it should work. I will double check to make sure it is working. If not, I will have to use some kind of a pipe. But this should do it. Now with this, we do have sophisticated storage in the pack already. So if I want to do an barrel, we have regular barrels, and then we have the sophisticated barrels. To make one of these, you need a lever. If you want to upgrade, let's do, actually, I think it's just barrel upgrade. Nope. There we go. So this top stuff is for, and I don't even know if these work with, yes, there's actually a recipe for that. Okay. So you can make these for the backpacks, um, and even I think these, yeah, this is all backpack stuff. This is sophisticated storage stuff. So this is for the backpacks, these are for the barrels or chests, and this is for the barrels or chests. And this is what I need here. So if you put sticks around a lever, you can convert an existing barrel into a sophisticated barrel. So let's go ahead and do that. And I think I have sticks in my crafting. I do. And then just surround that with sticks. So why do I want to spend a lever and 4 sticks? Well, the look of this will change slightly. It sinks in the front a little bit, so it looks a little different than this. This has a very flat face. This is indented a little bit, and it does say sophisticated storage on it. And this one says just Minecraft. With this, we can then take and make a basic to iron. I'm going to go from basic to iron so that I don't use up copper. And for that, because, I'm not going to upgrade to copper first. I'm going to go right here because I have a lot of iron. I need another one of these. And we're going to get ourselves some better storage. The nice thing about this is that you can apply it to something that exists, and you don't have to actually go right into an iron barrel. You can actually go to a copper or start with just regular barrels like I did here and make them into iron without having to move them. And there's my goodies. And I have muted the guys here, so I'm not hearing them. Okay, we should get something out of this. And if there's nothing in here, then it's gone through down to the bottom. Yep, there it goes. Okay, it's working. So, automation and some better automation. So now we have pretty much an infinite supply of iron. I used up the last of the copper hammer to duplicate some copper ore. The hammer broke, and we're done with that. So one other way that should work to double ore is to get into silent gear. And in fact, it's not even silent gear. Well, it is and it's not. Silent gear uses productive it's not bees, it's productive furnaces. Is that what it's called? Metalworks. Okay. Metalworks. And now it's yeah, I can't do it that way. So let me just do oh, is there a guide? There it is. Okay. So productive metalworks works with anything in terms of making alloys and melting things down. Like you can melt down shulker shells into this purplish sort of liquid. You can put things in buckets. You can create these templates. And if you're an old schooler that remembers early modded Minecraft, you'll remember Tinker's Construct. And it's similar to that, as far as how it works, only it's a little different. We still have casting tables and casting basins, and I'll show you how this works. So I want to use this because when I take an ore, hopefully I can get extra by putting it in here rather than using the hammers. So we're going to see how this is going to work. Uh, we're going to need to make a 3 by 3 structure. And again, if you're familiar with Tinker's constructs, you'll recognize the kind of the layout. But to do that, we need to make these bricks. So the bricks are just fire bricks, which is fire clay, which is sand and clay, which is one of the reasons why I went out and dug up a lot of sand and clay. And I've tucked it all away somewhere. I have red sand. There we go. I have a lot of red sand. Let me just do this. And I want to eat these fruits. And I want to save that. Okay, put that in there. All right. So let me grab the red sand. Let me go find, there's the clay. And we will make where is it at? Fire brick. Nope, nope, too far back. There. So I'm going to throw this stack in here and get this going. I made some glass as well. And where is all of my tiny coal? There it is. Alright, so we got that going. And I've got glass. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to get this going, and then once this comes out, I'll put together some bricks. So I'll be right back. Also, while we're waiting, and I think it's almost done, I'm going to go ahead and plant a couple flax and a couple of, these are called fluffy seeds. And when I was down in the valley, I picked a bunch of blue flowers so that I can have lots of blue dye, they are the cornflowers. So we have that. Okay. So with all of that, I've lost where my food is. With fruit, the other thing you can do with fruit is you can actually make juice, which doesn't, I mean, it requires a tool, but it doesn't require any other ingredients. So what you need is, I think it's on the next page. Yes, you can make orange juice. You need a bottle and a food press, and this is from Croptopia. And that is made with, you're going to need redstone. The hopper is easy enough, but if you've got an iron farm, the hopper is easy enough, but you do need redstone. And actually a place we might be able to get redstone is the dungeon. A lot of times on the first level of the dungeon, there's a larger sized room that has some farmland and some potted plants and some redstone lights with a redstone block. So if I'm not finding any, I might want to go try that. Alright, so we've got our bricks. I'm not exactly sure how much this is going to take, but So these, yeah, I think we make this right into this. Foundry drain, right, we can. So 4 of these will make these bricks. But we also are going to need um, these other items that we can make here, which is a casting basin and a casting table and a tap and a controller and everything else. So blast furnace is a furnace in iron and smooth stone. I don't think I have found a blast furnace. So I will, in fact, let me look for a blast furnace and I will be, okay, no blast furnace. So I'm going to borrow one of these so I can make that. That's a blast furnace. Wrong blast furnace. Yes. We have all the ingredients. We have one blast furnace. Now to make yeah. So we do need the controller, which is, you can make these in different colors. So if you have a color theme you'd like to use, this is a white one, you just add dye to it, you know, or you can make an orange one with orange dye. So you can change it up later. I'm just going to go with this at the moment because it's straightforward. I will color code it later to something other than black. So this is the brains of the device. And we are going to need, I'm making this first because I want to make sure that I have enough bricks. In fact, in that same thought, I probably should make more. Get that going over here while I think I tucked everything back in here. Alright, let me make some more of these. Yeah, you can make these directly. You don't have to do it this way, which is nice. I mean, you can, but you can just do this. And I wanted to say it was, I should probably favorite it. No, it's the other way around. There. And let me see if I have any more clay, which I might. So, talking about storage options, because I do actually have the AE2 templates, presses, we might want to start thinking, oh, dang it, that's right, this thing doesn't hold inventory. Okay, we will have plenty now, and get that going. Let's make some additional, if I can find where I stuck the coal. There. Since I'm putting full stacks in, I will just do it this way. No fuel loss. Alright, so while that's doing its thing, let's continue on what we need. We're going to need a casting basin, which is a U-shaped, and the table is reversed. looks like a table. So that's going to take 7 for both of them. So if you're doing the math there, the taps we're going to need at least 2. Sorry, 2, and that's easy enough to do. We'll start with 2 and see where we go. Then we're going to need boundary drain. Okay, did I do the... I didn't do the drains yet. I'm going to need at least 1 drain, so let's do that. And then tank. Yeah. And then we just need the bricks. I have a feeling I'm missing something. That's the window. Whoops, wrong thing. That is... Let me go get some... Grab more. I would like some windows so I can see in. So let's do 6. Okay. And we'll do more of those. All right. So, day or night? Night. Sleep. So, again, this is very much like Tinker's, and I think I've forgotten something because it doesn't seem like that's enough blocks. And then the question is, where? I've got farmland at the back, so that's not going to be a good direction to put it. I may put it here. Now I can build it into the side of the house here so I can access it from inside, or I can extend this out and make it, and because I'm so close to the edge of the boundary, I kind of want to keep this all in one chunk. So let me see where that boundary is. And that's the wrong thing. There. So this is the center of this chunk. So I think I'm going to make this out here. And I don't want to use that. I don't have a shovel with me. Alright, I'm going to do a little terraforming here and be back in just a moment. Okay, the bricks are done, so I'm picking them up here. I had to switch my mouse, and yeah, it seems like it's still a bit jumpy. So we will make more. Okay, so we've got the drain and the controller, and yeah, it's very, very jumpy. 1 second. Okay, I don't know what I was thinking. You don't use coal, it's liquid. It's a liquid, it's a foundry tank. Tank being liquid, liquid meaning lava. And I have buckets of lava. Oh man, this mouse. Also user issues, I'm sure. It's probably not the mouse as much as it is the user. I guess I can take the heat for that one. There's my lava. And I don't think I have any more, but let's do this. So not being near lava, let's try that again. Not being near lava is going to make this a little bit of a challenge. So if I put this in here and this in here, so my lava is in there, and I should be able to see it in here now. I do, and this may not actually do anything with raw iron. It may actually have to be ore. Or I need more than just a handful, although it can take quite a bit. Yeah, there it is. You can see them in there, stacked up. But I'm not getting a sense that it's doing anything. Okay, this might be enough different than Tinker's that this is not going to work as I think it's going to work. I'm going to ignore it and walk away, and we'll come back and see if it actually does anything. So one thing is going to be I'm going to need to find lava, and I'm going to need a way to get it here. I'm also going to need to do something about my storage. But in terms of food and the plants that are growing and this, I think these are actually working out fairly well, and this goes and does its thing even if I am not here, which is handy. So I will explore options for storage. I think AE2 might be possible, maybe, but I'm not sure. Again, having the presses helps, but I will have to get to the nether, which I'm going to have to do anyway, so I might want to throw myself out there and check it out earlier than later and see how it works. So, things to look forward to is me trying to get around in the nether without flight. So that should be fun. I will work on well, and with that, I either need a diamond pickaxe to get obsidian, or I need lava buckets to make obsidian. In either case, lava is going to be a key thing here. So I think at this point I will call it. If you have any questions or comments, please put it down below. I would really like to hear from you. And if you did enjoy the episode, which I hope you have, please give me a like. And subscribe, please, if you have not already done so you can get alerted to new content as it comes out. And I hope to be getting more episodes out there soon. This is Cuberized. I hope you enjoyed all the Mods 11. Take care. Signing off.